Hello everybody, how are you doing? Welcome to my channel. I hope you're ready to be dancing bachata with me. We're gonna be doing a lot of nice things. Just a couple of minutes. We're gonna wait for a few more people to join in. Listen to the music, relax, make sure you have space. I'm gonna start in a second. And guys, make sure you say hello to each other as well on the chat, right? It's conmigo. Hey, Maki's in the house. Hello, Maki. Es conmigo, es conmigo, es conmigo, somos tú y yo. Yes, Desiree is in the house as well. Layla, hi, sweetie, hello. Привет, дорогая, как дела? Как Россия? Привет. Get yourself ready, guys. We're gonna do a warm-up first. Oh, Layla, sweetie, thank you so much for your donation, darling. Thank you. Hey, Kylie's here. Luis, hola. ¿Cómo estás, Luis? ¿Todo bien? ¿Y cómo llama tu hija, Luis? ¿Cómo llama tu hija? Oh, don't worry, Debbie. Join in, relax, get yourself ready for another class. Don't worry. Hello. Sandra Marcela. Hola, Sandra Marcela también. Hola. Gracias, Luis. Hey, Andrea. Hello. All right, guys. Hello. And isn't it awesome? Oh, Mary Lou's here. Hello. Profesora. Oh, hola. Guys, isn't it awesome? You know, we've been together for such a long time, and now some of us don't know each other, but we know each other. You know what I mean? So it's so nice to see you guys saying hello to each other, because to be honest, I know it's not our norm in general to be learning online, but it is nice to make it as friendly and as normal as possible. It is crazy times, but for me personally, it makes me so much happier when we interact, at least with comments or videos or something, to keep that communication going and to just spread positive vibes to one another, because we don't know what we each other going through. Different people going through different things, losing their jobs, not finding a job, you know, struggling with their families. Some people lost their families. So these online classes really important for me. So I appreciate all of you who are here, and I appreciate all of you who are being positive in their comments. You bringing so much love without even realizing to some of the people. So on that note, let's get started with our class. Corona led me to your classes. You see, something positive happened. Now, guys, we're going to start with today's bachata class. We're going to do a warm-up first, normal warm-up, just a couple of basics, getting into a little bit of a bachata mood. And then as we do so, we're going to get to an actual class. Today's class is a theme class, okay? It's going to be all about body movement interruption to change direction. We have touched these kind of subjects before, but it's something we all struggle with, and I chose kind of like 3 really common but slightly complicated positions that we all struggle with, and we're going to be doing those. It's going to be mostly based on body movement, and you're going to see how you can start a body movement, interrupt it, and then change direction in many different ways. Okay, we'll see how much we can do, but I have a plan. So if you are good to go, make sure you have your space and the rest. I put my specs on so I could see you from the distance. Oh, Desiree, I'm very happy you're here as well. I'm telling you, we are all going through something one day or another. One day one person, the other day the other. So, you know, let's just support each other and just enjoy dancing. Ooh, oh, That was a good camera fix straight away. Usually it takes me a while. All right, let's do a little warm up, okay? Nice and easy, nothing too complex. On the spot, slow. 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, and keep it going, keep it going. Y llueve así, y por aquí, ya no sabía, y ya no sé estar ni dividir. Ready, basic step, and 1. Se me enredase el cuerpo, el silencio duerme junto a mí, nuestra cabeza un desierto. Going back. Nos pintó el frío gris, y solo aquí no sé seguir, porque sin ti mi corazón no aprende a vivir. Back to the basic. Y ahora tú, prepare and turn. One more time. Prepare and turn. This time, prepare and turn. And one more time. Basic. Now, module on the spot. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Mark the beats. Module. Warming up. Warming up. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Good. Basic step and 1. Open position, shoulders rotating backwards. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Left shoulder, then right shoulder. Left shoulder, then right shoulder. Basic. Booty roll. And 5, 6, 7. One more time. Booty roll. Half basic. Booty roll. One more time. Booty roll. Alright, stay. Basic. Open position, stretch forward. And come back. One more time, stretch forward. Forward. And come back. One more time, stretch forward. And come back. Stretch up. Stretch forward here and up. Stretch back. To the side. Other side. And relax. Well done, guys. Well done, well done, well done. All right, so now immediately we're gonna be, everybody's okay? It looks so. All right, so immediately now we're gonna be starting with first body movement. Now this body movement is super duper essential bachata in particular. We do it all the time. But now we're gonna interrupt it and melt it into a body roll in the end. So I'll show you from this position first. Don't worry, we're gonna break down everything, but the whole thing will look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? Now, if you break it down, you have first part, which is Shakira hips, which we've done with you before. If you haven't done it yet, don't worry. Those videos are on my channel. You can learn all of the technique for that. We're going to go through it a little bit now as well, but this is a separate move itself, right? Then you have another move, which we also did, which is the snake. And then we have also a separate move, which is body roll. So what happens here in this move, we have half of the Shakira, and then half of the snake, and then a full body roll. Does that make sense? So we combine these things together. The important bit now, we're gonna learn how to do a flow, how to make it really fluid, and how to get the block to change direction. Because the change direction cannot be this. Yes, the change of direction has to start with the block, and then it has to be a change of direction, because that's how you're going to be led this move in the partner work. So now, slowly, we're going to start with the basic step, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, we start with the Shakira hip. That means I'm slightly stepping out, but as I do, before I do, I actually have a little contraction here between my chest and my hip. I contract in order to step out, right? And as I step out, I am a little bit higher with my body positioning, but then as I take that step, I'm gonna soften my knees in a tiny little squat. Up and squat. Can you see that? That squat is gonna lead me into what seems to be a snake next, but because I'm changing direction, it's a block. Now the block is like a, you know, when you do this is a bend. A block is something that is stretching you and keeping you from bending. So it's the same direction. It seems that this part is kind of the same, but what happens instead, I am reaching upwards and I'm not allowing myself to actually bend. So my whole body goes into movement and then it blocks, right? As if something is holding me before they release me. All right? So one more time, basic step. 5, 6, 7, basic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Shakira. We go up, step out, down, and as we go down, the hip is leading the movement, and I end up with a stretch, which is my block. That block is leading me into a snake, and as I finish my snake, I'm collecting the foot at the same time as I'm doing my body roll. Yes? Again, body rolls we've done so many times before, but just a quick recap, body roll can be big or small, but the most important thing to remember, this one is a small one because it doesn't go down. Yes? The body rolls that go down, those are the big ones, right? But this one, as I collect my foot, my knees are soft. But as we know, for a body roll, we start with the chest, so we need the legs straight. So as I go for my body roll, I straighten my legs, and then I relax the core, and the knees become soft, and then I'm going to continue with my basic. Right? One more time. 5, 6, 7, basic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Shakira, up. 1, 2, 3, block, snake, body roll. Get your right leg free to continue with the basic step. Kind of, sort of, maybe. One more time. I'm going to try and do it from this direction. Every time I change direction, it's like, 5, 6, 7, basic. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, Shakira. Up. 1, 2, block. Snake. body, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that is kind of like a breakdown, a basic technique, how to show you how you can go from hip into the upper body, into a full body. Do you know what I mean? But the important bit is the block. We're going to do it a little bit faster now, but make sure if something is not clear, you use that comment section and you let me know what you don't know, okay? 5, 6, 7, basic. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, 6, Shakira, go. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So with the timing you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So for the body roll, you literally are left with 7, 8. One more time. 5, 6. That's why it's called the small one. You don't have enough numbers to do the big one. 5, 6, 7. We go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shakira. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, I need to know how you're doing. So give me a little thumbs up if you are okay. And if you're okay, then we can move along. A little awkward. Now, it's important if you feel a little bit awkward before you really feel the flow, it's important to do smaller movements. Sometimes because we try to push beyond our capability, or maybe we haven't warmed up properly yet, you know what I mean? So try to do small. Yes? Then also focus on your core. Every time we're doing movement, sometimes people think because it's so fluid, everything needs to be relaxed. No, this needs to be engaged. So when you do this movement here and here, this is constantly in stretch mode, so it keeps me in balance. Because if I'm going to do something bigger, something needs to hold me tight, right? Because otherwise it's all just going to go everywhere. So this is engaged and it's keeping me tight and it keeps me long. So even when I'm doing down, can you see how straight I am? So I'm going down, I'm straight, boom, boom. Something needs to keep you together, and your core is that something. All good, Leila, good, Desiree, Gelly. Oh, good. Well done, Gelly. All right, so now let's put a little bit of arm motion, okay? For this movement in particular, I do not want you to do anything fake. We're going to use the movement of the body to do the arms. So as we do our Shakira, the arms are going to be where they're going to be. But then as I'm bending, naturally that shoulder comes up. This is when we're going to allow this hand to start coming up. And as you do the snake, you're going to do the other hand up. And as you do the body roll, you're just going to bring the hands down your body, right? Now, let me raise the camera a little bit higher so that you would see my arm positioning. Yeah, you can see it here. So now I do my body and I'm here. Can you see? As soon as I'm using this momentum and I'm as soon as doing that little block situation, that block releases my shoulder upwards and I allow my arm to move through it. And as it's there, I'm not going to that direction. I might as well follow through with my arm and then I bring it down. Now, do you have to do that every time? You don't. But naturally, you will see that this arm, for sure, towards the block, it really wants to go there. So if you don't think about it too much and you just allow the momentum to take your arm to that direction, that would be nice. Yes? Now, when you hear you're doing a body roll, you can do a little finger situation. Or maybe it's too much. I tend to be very dramatic, so, take as much as you want. That's better. Good, Kylie. Excellent. Maki, I think I kind of got it. I have to watch the video for the Shakira. Yeah, the Shakira is a very particular movement. And guys, you can find that I have even a very short video, 10 minutes video, which breaks down the Shakira hip, literally. So it's literally hip movement on my channel. But now, guys, can we do that one more time with the arms? I'm going to show you from this direction. 5, 6, 7, basic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Shakira, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, basic, 2, 3, one more time, 5, 6, 7, go, 1, 2, and 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3. Now, really, really nice thing if you could just try and keep the arms long, but keep them all very plastic, like loose. Yes, you don't want to have tension. So when you're doing these movements here, you don't want tension because tension shortens your arms. So you want to make sure that they are stretching through your shoulders, the movement. But can you see how relaxed the arms themselves are? If the arms are relaxed, then they will naturally follow through the movement and it will have a more romantic, more like a loose situation rather than tense, right? So we indicating the direction, the shoulder is leading the arm, but look how relaxed it's going through every single movement. Yes, but just because we're using the arms now, don't cut this part off. Yes, there's still the snake, right? We're following with the arm the snake until the last bit. Final one, and then we're going to try and do it with the music. All right, here we go. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. All right, let's play a slow song and see how we feel. Because we still have so much to do. A little bit slower. We're going to try a little bit faster later, okay? 5, 6, 7, basic one. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. Basic, basic. El silencio duerme junto a mí, nuestra cabeza un ready? Here we go. El invierno nos pintó de frío gris y solo aquí no sé seguir porque sin ti mi corazón no aprende a vivir. Y ahora tú, let's go. Quieres tú, solo tú. Keep it going, keep it going. 5, 6, 7, basic one. Ready? Let's go. And pace. Let go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. Let's go. Here. Dibujando un horizonte que seguir, el corazón no va a latir, sin yo de ti, ni tú de mí. Ready? Let's go. All right, last time. That's it, that's it. So how are we feeling? Talk to me, please. Let me know what you know about your body. Is it happening or not happening? I need some feedback, okay? But overall, it's just getting used to it. We need strong core to keep us together if we're doing something big, but if you're doing it smaller, it should be even easier, yes? But you have to make sure that you really understand the hip action and then the block, right? Because the other things are quite obvious. Happening, yes. Love it. Happening big time. Feels so natural. Yay, Layla. Excellent. Kylie got it as well. Great. Guys, if you haven't got it and you haven't asked to do it again, shame on you. All right. Now we're going to do the next part, which is going to be the hip movement, but it's going to be what I call a booty roll. Every time you're going to agree music was easier. It's always easier with the music, guys. Now, every time we do a booty roll, guys, when I say it, I mean a big one, okay? Because there's many kind of booty rolls. There's a small one, there's a bent knees one. But every time I say booty roll, guys, remember it's going to be the one that is stepping out and a big one. But again, as I say today, I want to show you how to change direction. Could you just go over the transition from the snake into the body roll with the hand movement? Okay, so guys, just one more time. So when I'm doing the 1, 2, 3, 4, right? I'm here. So now I'm doing the snake this way. The arm follows. And as I finish, the arm is up. I collect body roll. Yes? So from here, I'm going to show you again. When I'm doing my body, I have this position here. But as I'm from here, I'm doing the snake this way. The arm just follows through. And that's when it's a body roll. I hope that's helpful, Desiree. If not, we're going to do it again very soon, I promise. Now, guys, booty roll, okay? So when we're going to do a booty roll, usually we go here around, we collect and we go for the basic. This time, we're going to be going around and into here, finish with a body roll. Now, this important bit is making sure we know how to block and change direction. So we start with the basic step. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to start the booty on 5, okay? It doesn't really matter, but in this case, we're going to start on 5. So we start our booty roll stepping out 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we changing direction 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? Now, timing-wise, as I say, it doesn't really matter. You can change timing as you want, right? You can do faster, collect immediately. You can do slower. We are breaking it down super slow so that you would know what the move actually is. All right? So one more time, we're going into the basic. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I collect, right? Now, I go in booty out, easy. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, this is the important part. This is the part that's going to change my direction. So as I do my booty and I'm about to finish, I bring that booty into my hip. And as I do so, if I don't soften my knee, it becomes weird. You know what I mean? It like locks because you have open, straight legs, so it locks. So what we tend to do, we do this booty and then we soften the knee to allow the booty to go into that hip so it would become a block. If you have that block pushes the booty out once again. So again, I'm teaching you techniques that you're going to actually use in the partner work. When you're in a partner work, you might not be doing dramatic like this because we're trying to do it stylish, right? But in the partner work, you will still feel a soft knee in order to change direction. So it's all going to be usable in the partner work. All right. So one more time, we're going into the basic. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Stepping out for the booty. 5, 6, 7, 8. Change direction. Spring it out of your hip. 1, 2, 3, and 4. As I collect my leg, what did we do? Body roll. Now, why are we doing a body roll here? Again, to show you how things meld together. And also, let's be honest, we need to practice our body rolls. So I thought it's a perfect opportunity to do it today. That's all I'm saying. So the knee pop is the start of the new transition. So the knee doesn't pop. The knee allows the hip to go into this hip, into the resting. So your opposite hip goes to the other hip, right? So the knee doesn't pop. There's no popping. It just allows the hip to go into another direction. And then is that direction where the hip rested from here, it rested here. That's the direction that's going to swing to the other direction. So the leg, it just allows the hip to go, but it doesn't actually pop. Now, I don't know whether that's what you meant, Kylie, but I thought it's important to know the difference, because if people will think that this is pop, they might focus more on the leg rather than the hip itself. And what we want is the same like when we did the body here, we blocked through the body to go with the body. So it's the same with the hip. We're going with the hip, we block through the hip to go with the hip. We're not blocking with the leg. The leg just allows us to get into that position. I really hope that makes sense for you, Kylie. We're going to do that again, guys. Basic step, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4. We do the hip. 5, 6, 7, block. 1, 2, 3, collect. 5, 6, 7, basic. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Don't worry, you're a little bit more on that side only because we were doing on the spot and we continued to that direction. Yay, Kylie got it. Excellent. One more time. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, booty. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now, the blocking, as I said, was very important, but now let's talk a little bit more technique about our arm styling, okay? Now, once you're doing the booty, you can do so many arm stylings. So this is not the rule. This is just one of the million of options that you can use, okay? So as I'm going to do my booty, I will actually use the same arm that the booty is going out, right? And I'm going to use both of the arms at the same time, starting with this one, and then the other one opens as well. And as I'm here and I'm collecting, I collect my arms as well. I open again, and as I'm now collecting, I'm going to bring them back, and then I'm going to do a body roll. So now, why did I say that I'm using this arm first if both arms go out at the same time? Is because usually if people open both arms at the same time and they're doing the booty to one direction, they get really confused. So always think you're starting here and the other arm, it just comes into the play. So think about starting more swinging with the other arm. So it's the same as when you're going here and you collect, it's now going to be more momentum here, and the other arm is just there opening. So it creates an illusion. One arm gives you momentum to do the booty to the direction where you need to go, but the other one opens, but it stays where it is. Yes, it's very minuscule, the difference, but it makes a huge difference. So when you're going with the booty, you're opening and collecting, opening, and now here when you're collecting, I just want you see my arms are here. I'm going to place my palms behind me, and look, I'm just going to collect here. Little twist of the hands, and little twist of the hands, and, okay? So first one, normal opening, and I bring them in because I know I need to do one more. So it's a little bit sharper inwards. And then as I do the other one, I'm going to collect with the rotation, because now for the body roll, I just bring my hands down onto my waistline to do the body roll. Easy. Let's go. Vinny, could you go over infinity loop more for sensual bachata? Infinity loop. All right. So now, when you're doing for sensual bachata, the body roll, the body booty roll, is that what you meant? Hopefully in infinity loop, that's what you mean. So when you do this movement here, you're stepping out, but your legs need to immediately get straight. If your legs are straight, then your booty roll is bigger. As it finishes, you're resting on your left foot and allowing that hip, allowing now softening that knee, allowing that hip to go into your side, right? Into your left side. Now from the left, you're going to push out. And again, as you do, you're going to straighten your legs to finish it off. and then you continue with the body roll. Now, when you're doing your big bachata booty roll, you want to make sure you lock your knees, and as you do your side preparation, I always tend to aim just a little bit with my hip in an angle rather completely straight line. My foot is still going to be straight, but I'm kind of using momentum to go around. Does that make sense? And it's all straight legs, rest, straight legs, collect to finalize. One more little tip for this. You want to make sure when you push your booty out, you don't bend forward. You want to make sure that body is all the way up. Remember we talked about engaged core? This is a perfect example. We engage that core, the booty is out, and then we have an arch when we're doing it, rather than bending forward. That becomes rude. So let's do that one more time. 5, 6, 7, basic, 1, 2, booty, and 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, body roll, 5, 6, 7. Sorry guys, I didn't do the arms. I was focusing on the, the booty. One more time. We're going to do the arms now, all right? 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, extend the arms. 5, 6, 7, and again. 1, 2, 3, body roll. 5, 6, 7, basic. 1, 2, 3, basic. 5, 6. Now we go. 1, 2, 3, arms. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6, 7, and basic. 2, 3, and 4. Now, if you're struggling with the booty roll itself, try not to worry too much about the arms. If you keep them by your side here as you do the booty, that is absolutely fine, and it looks beautiful. You have a nice positioning. It's more than enough. But if you feel like it's easy for you to do the booty, this is when it's a little bit more nice to do a bit more dramatic arm situation. But as I say, this arm situation is like one out of many. So now let's do it with the music. Just this part itself, okay? We're gonna do this part, and then after the music, ooh, the time flies so quick. I'm gonna try see if I can teach you one more thing, and then we're gonna try and do everything together, okay? So we have to be very quick, guys. We have to be very quick. There's so much I want to teach you. Ready? 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, basic, 1. Here we go. Booty. Basic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just the basic. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go. Booty. Let you live in soul. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1. Last one, let's go. 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1. All right, how are we feeling? We still alive? I don't know if that's the correct name, but it's the move that's similar to the 8 figure. So at no point, Vinny, we did a figure 8. Yes? So in this routine in particular, we haven't done a figure 8. You know what I'm saying, Winnie? So this move here is not a figure eight. It's a full circle. Full circle, lock, full circle. It only seems like a figure eight because you are doing a lock before you go the other way. But figure eight is something that continues as a figure eight. And usually a figure eight is with soft knees. And what happens is as you do your quarter turns, your hips are going as a figure eight. So this is a figure eight. Does that make sense? But this one that we are doing, the booty roll, this is a full circle. And as it's finishing, we prepare to do a full circle again. Hopefully that's clear. Yay, Vinny. Oh, great. Thumbs up. Good. Andre, yes. Excellent. So guys, last move, okay? We're going to do one more and then we can practice everything together. So remember we did our body roll and then we did a drop and then we came back. Now, this is kind of based the same way, but it's breaking down. We basically just going to do a little drop before we're going to block, come back, block, come back again. All right. So now this move is super important because we do it in partner work all the time. So at some point when you come back to your bachata experience, this will happen to you many times, whether you want it or not. So we better know it how to do it. So first of all, most important thing to know, bending over. Only I know 1, 2, maybe 3 moves. Only 3 moves where you go bending over like this. It's a very rare occasion. Usually, if the guy wants you to do the movement where you go in a bending position forward, usually there's a preparation, and preparation is this. Can you see? Right? I'm going up with my core and my chest, and I'm ready now to lean. And can you see there's an arch? That's the lean we want. And there's an arch. We don't go like this. Can you see? Immediately like that. Because like this, we can't go very far. We have a hump and also it's really like jerky. So that's how we're going to be preparation. First, we're going to prepare up and then leg in front of us is going to be straight and we're going to start the lean. Now the lean, you only go as much as you can. It doesn't have to be all the way, but you want to go just enough to feel a bit of a stretch. And as you hear, you're going to relax your head. And this is when you're going to allow your hump to happen. That hump here on your back is important because that will be the block. The same block as we blocked here, the same block as we blocked there. There's a block before change of direction. So as soon as you're going down and you do the block, that means you are changing direction. If you wouldn't be changing direction, once the hump happens, you just come up, right? But if it's a block, after the block, it pushes you where you came from. We come back again, block, and then come back where you came from. All right? It's a little bit more exhausting, but it's really, really important. Do the leaders know this? Depends who's their teacher, but we're hoping they do. Now, I can tell you this straight away. I am no cookie, okay? If I get a guy who is leading me and he's going like this to me, for me to do such a dangerous move that I actually need to stretch and everything, I'm just not going to go. He's going to go like this to me, trying to do me, and I'm going to go like this. No, thank you. Right? So, of course, Andrea, are they going to know? There's technique. When you're leading, you're bringing her up. You're giving her momentum. You block. There's a leading technique that they are supposed to know. So, yes, they would know this if they know this. You know what I mean? So, but our job is to know our part. When you know what you need to do and you know what is supposed to be like, then you won't be confused when you're dancing with somebody. You will know the truth. Because when you don't know what you're supposed to be doing, when the guy's doing something to you, you don't know whether it's supposed to be like that or not. Should I do this? Should I go with it? Now you will know. And if you feel uncomfortable, you'll be like, I'm so sorry, but I don't feel it. Thank you very much. And, you know, Maybe next time. Or if you like me to help you with it, I can. Would you like me? That kind of thing, right? So now, first thing first, we're gonna get into the position. Always angled position. All right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Angled position. It doesn't matter whether it's gonna be this way or that way, but the idea is you have to be in an angle, right? Now, as you're in an angle, you're gonna raise from the core everything up, and as if, imagine, as if you would be reaching from up there, right? It's like that kind of there. Keep your feet on the floor, keep this lower body tight, and the knees are straight. So now we're reaching up, my head it stays up, and then as I go lower and I feel the stretch, this is when I'm gonna relax my head and I'm gonna do a hump, and that hump is gonna create tension to push my head back where it came from. So I'm as if I'm in a position that I haven't, like I've been before. I do that one again, and the second time around, make sure you come back all the way up where you came from and collect that foot. All right? I know it's a stretch, but we have to do it. Don't do big. As I say, this is enough. Really. Like you could just as easy do here and the important bit for you to understand that when he's leading you, hump and hump and come back. That's the important bit. When he's dancing with you, he will feel like you're participating in that moment, and it will be beautiful. It's not about how low you can go. All right? One more time. 5, 6, prepare on 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we go. Up. 1, 2, 3, hop. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're doing it super slow for you to understand what numbers you're doing. But in general, you could go 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, and then do a 5, 6, 7, whatever. Yes? We're just taking our time now for you to get to know your body. One more time. 5, 6, 7, basic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, position, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Basic 2, 3, and 4. Now, of course, when you put a partner, you're going to be in a partner position. So who knows whether you're going to have a free hand or not, and most likely you will not. So keep that in mind. But for now, we can do a little bit of styling, and I think that is actually helpful. So when I'm going to go into my first movement, I'm going to do a little stroke here as if I'm raising myself. I'm touching what I raised. And as my arms are there, I'm going to let them go where I'm going. As I do my hump, I'm going to keep my arms here, push them forward, and I come back again. Push them forward, and I'm bringing them over my body to collect. So basically, my arms supposed to help me, right? I'm going here, swing back, swing forward, swing back, swing forward, and all the way through. So the important part, here we go. Swing back, swing forward, swing back, swing forward, and over. All right, let's go. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Position and 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4. How are we feeling? Are we still alive? We still okay? Well, guys, we can practice it a little bit more, but let's just go from the top, the whole thing, and then we can practice it with the music, all right? So just as a reminder, very slowly, without the song first, We start with the basic. 1, 2, 3, 4. We do the Shakira. We're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Body roll. Basic, booty. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Body roll. Basic on the spot because we traveled so much. 5, 6, prepare and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good luck, I say to you, my peoples. We try with the music, and then after the song, if something is not happening, we'll talk about it. But now, let's deal with the music. Nice and easy, okay? Few basics before we start getting into the music, and then we're gonna kick it off. 5, 6, 7, and 1. Just the basics. All right, from the top, here we go, Shakira. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Booty open. Y ahora puedo regalar un pedacito a cada nena, solo un pedacito más fácil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1. Un pedacito a cada nena, solo un pedacito. No vengas más con esos cuentos, mami. Yo tengo un siempre estuve por ti. Que me avisaron cuál era el problema. Ready? Here we go, Shakira. Ahora me tocó a mí cambiar el sistema. Ando con cuentas nuevas, me partí el corazón enseñándote. Booty. Obligados aquí ya no hay. Miedo de decir adiós. Yo quiero repartir. Ahora te digo goodbye, no te obligado, para ti ya no hay. 5, 6, 7, and music change. Pero mi amor no hay problema, no. Let's go, let's go. Ahora puedo regalar un pedacito a cada nena, solo un pedacito. Ya no vengas más con esos cuentos, mami. Si desde el principio siempre supe por ti, que me avisaron cuál era el problema. Ando rogando porque amas a él. Miedo de decir adiós, yo quiero repartir lo comenzado. Ahora te digo goodbye, no te obligado, para ti ya no hay. Tú me partiste el corazón. Music change. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go, Shakira. Un pedacito a cada nena, solo un pedacito. Oh, well done, guys. Well done. Well done, well done, well done, well done, well done. All right, let's have a little conversation, okay, before we finish it off. Now, first of all, make sure you ask me questions while I'm still here. I'm going to try and do my best to answer the questions, all right? But one thing I also want to say before I let you go. A lot of people have a not necessarily the best opinion about sensual bachata. And I believe it's for the right reasons sometimes, because people always imagine if people don't dance the dance, what they see is what they see, what they relate from the life that they know, right? So if you're dancing sensual bachata movements and you're doing things like this, right? And you're doing things like this, you have to understand that sometimes it might look sexy, sometimes it might look sensual, and sometimes it might look a little bit rude. Now, I am not the one to say what is right or wrong, because we all live different lives. We think different things are more acceptable than other things. So it's up to you on what you think is beautiful and what is not. But my job as a teacher to tell you that I personally am not a fan of portraying um, what's considered to be sexy, right? So my opinion is that the sexy is what comes from inside when we feel something or we feel a particular way and we feel that through our dance. That's what comes out, right? But if you want to be sexy and you're trying to be sexy, sometimes it comes off a little bit rude or fake. Yes. So in order for sensual bachata to be appreciated as a dance form as it is, and be sensual rather than rude and sexy and put some people off, you have to be aware of these movements, right? So when you do movements like this, all I want you to do is focus on technique and then think, what does it make you feel? And try to portray that feeling through your dance. But I wouldn't recommend to do things like I see a lot, like yes and all of that, unless it's your thing. If you like that, it's fine, but it's not my cup of tea. So I just want to make sure that whatever you choose, you are aware of your choices, and that would hopefully help you out. And I say this only because now I get so much on like Instagram. I have so many people like trying to say, oh, could you teach a sexy class or whatever? And I am really careful of like what they actually saying and what they want, because sometimes people say they want a sexy class and they want all of this, and I'm not the person for that, unless like there's some sort of storyline that I'm trying to pretend somebody, but that's a different story. So I just wanted to put it out there. Make sure you're being yourself, and remember, moves are only what you make them to be. Somebody could be touching everything and you will never think that they're rude, and another person could barely do this and you already will find it offensive. Do you know where I'm coming from? So just keep that in mind, and really just be yourself and be true to your feelings, how it makes you feel. Don't try and pretend sexy. You already sexy gonna be just by executing it correctly and by being yourself, having your own personality. So that's what I want to say. Guys, all right, that's it. If you don't have any questions, guys, we've done a good job today. We covered something that is super important. It's the block and change of direction, right? These are just few options, but the idea is, if you would be the shoulder doing shoulder movements and then you block and stop to change direction, is the same principle. So always remember, when something is happening and we want to change direction, always make sure you block before you change direction, because that's how you're gonna be led into those movements. So the sooner you get used to those blocks, the easier it will be to follow the partner once you start dancing. That's it. That is my knowledge, my class for today for you in bachata. But guys, I still have salsa. We're gonna start 6:45, so you're gonna have 15 minutes break to have some water. If you want to do some salsa, make sure you join in. We're gonna do some cool turns today. Not a lot of spinning, but nice fancy turns. So if you want to learn that, make sure you join in 15 minutes. And guys, I have to say a big thank you for all of you who are donating money. I really appreciate it. Desiree, Leila, Marilu, thank you so much, guys. These classes are free for you to join because of the crazy circumstances that we are in. And the very few that you donate the money, guys, you're supporting this channel to be free, right? So thank you very much. You're giving me something. And of course, other people who are losing their jobs and they don't have enough money to join in any class they want, you're giving them an opportunity to stay sane. You're supporting, spreading positive vibes, and allowing these classes to happen. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And Maki, actually, I don't want to learn bachata a year ago. I was because of videos which were too much. Exactly, Maki. Maki just said it beautifully. That's exactly my point. There's so many beautiful dancers who are crossovers from salsa as well. And they're wonderful salsa dancers. They've been dancing salsa for a long time, but they don't want to do bachata because bachata now, there's Dominican as well, but you know, in clubs mostly now in Europe, if you're gonna go, mostly they dance sensual. Not everywhere, but mostly. So they don't want to do it because what they think it is. They don't. They think because it has a bad name because of it's such a new art form, right? It took time for it to develop right techniques. So we need to represent. That's all I'm saying. Don't stop dancing. It is the most beautiful dance ever. But represent, make sure you know the roots, make sure you know Dominican as well, but just represent it in a right technical way. Luis, gracias para tú también. All right, guys, I'm going to let you rest. Thank you so much for your donations and the rest. And I will see you hopefully in salsa. If not, maybe on Wednesday through my Zoom class. We have freestyle classes. If you want to join in freestyle classes, make sure you send me your email. And then we have also Saturdays, which next Saturday is actually salsa Afro movement. And that's going to be a cool class. Difficult, but very cool. And then, of course, every Sunday we're here learning more techniques. So thank you very much and goodbye for now. I'll see you in salsa. Bye, guys. Oh, thank you, Mikey. Oh, thank you, Kirsten. Thank you very much. I'm glad you're enjoying it. It really, really makes me so happy. Oh, Debbie, thank you very much. And Alejandra, thank you so much, guys. Guys, you are awesome. Thank you. And thank you for communicating. I'll see you very soon. See you in a bit.